Never complain about what you permit. Most of the things that we complain about are things that we allow to happen. Once we remove ourselves from situations, from persons, or from things that's uncomfortable for us, it's no longer part of our conversation. If you are on a job and you are being mistreated, you don't have any benefits, your boss is making you stay late, and if you keep permitting that without either going to a supervisor or someone higher up to get some help, or if you keep permitting it by just staying at the job and not looking for another job, then it will be a topic of your conversation. You'll probably come home that day and say, oh, talk to your spouse and tell them what a horrible day you had and how your boss did this or that. Maybe talk to your girlfriend about it. You will be complaining about those things that you are permitting. But as soon as you disconnect, come on, somebody, as soon as you make a decision that you want better for yourself and you even go to a higher up to get some resolution, or you decide this is just not the place for me, I'm going to leave, there's no longer any need for the complaint. So we need to be sure and careful that we're using our time, our energy, and our words on things that's going to be fruitful in our lives. Often we will stay in situations way too long, and it becomes the topic of, come on, ladies, it becomes the topic of 30-minute, 1 hour, hour and a half, 2 hour conversations. I found myself in one of those hour and a half conversations about a couple weeks ago. And when we were sharing the things that happened to us, I had to repent when I got off the phone. Can I be honest with you? Because I said, God, these things really did happen. They were painful experiences. It was rough, but a lot of it I allowed. I wouldn't even be having the conversation that I'm having with some things had I gathered my self-esteem, focused on my self-worth, and said, look, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to take this any longer. People that talk about being in abusive situations for years, it is because it's being permitted, and not to say that anyone is being excusing the abuser. And I know that sometimes there are psychological things that go on in the mind of a person who's being abused, and they have to really work to go past that to be able to free themselves. I've been in the same type of situation. I've been physically abused and had to muster the courage to leave. But it wasn't until the young man almost killed me. It wasn't until he had me, drug me down the steps and choked me. We had an incident like that. So probably maybe the 10th time before I decided this is too much. But I was complaining about it. I was talking to people. He's getting rough. He's getting aggressive. I had to decide I'm not going to complain about it. I'm going to stop permitting it in my life. And that's